Hi guys, today we will learn another very important revision technique and a strategy associated with this technique, basically which is a form of an active recall technique, and that is your flashcards. So in this video we will discuss what is a flashcard, how to make effective flashcards, why flashcards are a very important revision technique, what mistakes you should avoid while making a flashcard, and also how to build a strategy around this flashcard technique or this active recall technique. So go ahead and watch the video till the end as I share with you how to build this revision strategy, because you need to understand that flashcards itself are not very effective, but the making process and the repeated revision strategy that's associated with flashcards is what brings about this significant and high yielding result. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Noor Saira, an endodontist and a part-time YouTuber. I make videos on exam strategies, productivity lifestyle, productivity habits, and exam guidances, especially competitive exams like those of NEET MDS. So what is a flashcard? A flashcard is a double-sided paper, and it deals with a concept called as an active recall technique, wherein you have to put your mind at work to fetch the information which you have read or memorized, okay, rather than just passively rereading your notes or the revision material that you have and assuming that you remember whatever you are just glancing through. Because even in an exam scenario, you have to put your mind to work to fetch the information that you have memorized or tried to read and memorize. So here you are trying to use the same strategy as a revision technique and recall the information, what you have read, and eventually analyze how much you remember and go back and cross check the information or go back and relearn the information, and you train your mind more actively rather than just passive reading. So I have spoken in detail about this active recall technique and how it helped me achieve a rank 2 in my MDS entrance examination. I will link that video here. You can go ahead and watch the video after we discuss the flashcards. So what is a flashcard? A flashcard, I told you, is a double-sided paper which you can either buy, which is readily available in different colors and different sizes, or you can make it on your own from a large white sheet of paper. You can have it in different sizes, one entire sheet of paper depending upon the content that you want to write, or you can have a medium size paper by dividing the one paper into two, or you can have small square size flashcards or rectangular size flashcards by dividing the main A4 sheet into 4 sizes. So I prefer making my own flashcards because I would like to customize according to the size that I want to keep them to. And so the basic concept here is that you will write the question on one side and you will write the answer to it on the other side, and you can build an excellent revision strategy with the help of this. And I will tell you what the strategy is. Go ahead and watch the video till the end. So let's take an example. Now, if talking about the smaller rectangulars or the square pieces that you would make from the larger A4 sheet, how would I use this? Now, I would probably use this for writing certain smaller content or smaller information. For example, a syndrome. For example, a syndrome like those of Perry-Robin syndrome, and on the front page I would write Perry-Robin syndrome, and then I would turn the page and write the triad behind. For example, the triad is micrognathia, glossoptosis, and cleft palate. Also, probably I'll write a mnemonic which will help me remember these three conditions which are associated with Perry-Robin syndrome. And here I would make it as go cut meat, that is GCM, that is glossoptosis, cleft palate, and micrognathia. And I would keep the paper aside. And if I want to write more information, probably I'll take the medium sized flashcard, and on one page or the front page I will write complement pathway or the complement activation system, and I would turn the page and write the entire pathway behind. That is, for example, the extrinsic pathway, and I will write how it gets activated, and finally how thrombin is formed, and then you have fibrinogen and to convert it to fibrin, and then there's a clot formation. So I can condense this entirely into a flashcard. So I have a small flashcard, I have a medium flashcard. If I want to write more content, I can use the entire A4 paper also. So there's no hard and fast rule that you have to use a smaller rectangular piece of paper itself. Now, once this is done, my concept is, or the concept of flashcard is that you will set aside a revision time, and when the revision time is there, you will take this flashcard and you will see what topic is written on the top. For example, if it is a complement pathway, I will just see, okay, complement pathway, and I will try to recall the whole pathway in my mind, or even better, I will try to verbally say it out, because if it comes out in words, it's more reinforcing to the mind. Or what you can do is you can probably write it down in a piece of paper and see, after that cross check with by turning the flashcard whether it matches or it does not match, or if you have any mistakes. So this is how the revision technique basically works. This is the concept of what is a flashcard. Let's move on to see 5 important tips of how to make a flashcard. So the first of most important is, do not write everything about that topic on the flashcard. Then ultimately it just becomes like notes. Now what you need to write here is triggering points which will trigger the information, further information about that subject in your mind. For example, if I'm writing about herpes zoster infection, I would just write significant points. What is the primary infection, which is the virus, which is the secondary infection, is it's also called as shingles, also called as zona, which is the most important syndrome associated with herpes zoster or shingles, that is Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. Under that I will basically write in the triad of Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, and I'll also write what is the pathology, for example the Zhang test, all that. And then the second important thing is highlight the important points. So when you highlight the important points, for example in Ramsay-Hunt syndrome it is ipsilateral facial paralysis, I would like to highlight that. Now things like that, it's very very important for you to go ahead and highlight. And so that every time you are trying to recall Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, that entire page will flash in your mind where you have highlighted that word, and you will recall that in your mind. Third important thing is, try to make flow charts, try to make mind maps, try to make diagrams. Now these form of efforts or revision strategies that you would use, like for example your mind maps or flow charts, they form picture memory in your mind. And picture memory is another form of learning or memorization technique which is very very effective to recall. I've spoken a lot about this in one of my videos. I will link the video here. You can go ahead and watch it after we finish discussing the flashcards. Also, you can use different colors and pen and pencils to make it a more engaging and fun activity for yourself too, so that you're able to make or do this consistently over a long period of time. The fourth important point that I would like to mention is that try to make at least 2 flashcards every single day consistently. 2 flashcards is not a huge number. I think you can keep it up, you can maintain it and do it consistently over a period of time, because you will see that at the end of a month, after it is compounded, you will have 60 important flashcards of all those topics that you found difficult and are potential questions that can be asked in the examination. So I will tell you how to use this 60 flashcards, or how many ever flashcards that you have made towards the end of the video. And the fifth important point that you have to keep in mind is that you cannot make flashcards for every chapter, or you cannot make the entire chapters into flashcards. So you have to be very very specific when you're making the flashcards as to which topic you are picking up to make the flashcard, because your revision strategy is going to be very specific, so you cannot revise everything, right? So what you need to do is, if you're having for example 30 chapters, you will filter out the 10 most potential or the 10 most difficult chapters. Out of those 10 difficult chapters, you will probably filter down 25 to 30 important or potential topics, and that is what you will convert into your flashcards. Okay, and even in the flashcard, remember there is a technique to make notes, and it is just not about how you make notes, not about flow charts or mind mapping, but also how much you write down and what you write down is important. So it's the keywords that you have to write down. I have made another video on this in detail. It's called as the 3 levels of reading. I will link it here, you can watch it. So these take a little effort to learn, but they give out results in a very very a significant way down the lane. So please go ahead and watch that video. After that, you will learn what to write down as a note and how to write down that note. So both I have made videos on. One is the 3 levels of reading, and another is the smart note making technique. two very important videos that can actually be a game changer for you. So go ahead and watch that, and accordingly you can make your flashcards. Okay, so this is the 5 tips of how you should be making your flashcards. What is the mistakes that you should avoid while making your flashcard? I'm sure a lot of students make flashcards. You cannot borrow somebody else's flashcard. Like I was saying, the flashcards themselves are not very effective, but how you make them, the entire making process, because you can only write down an information on a piece of paper only when you have understood it, and you will write that information only the way you have understood it, and you will recall the information the way you have understood it. So if you want to take somebody else's flashcard and you will think, okay, my work is half done and I will just see the key points, it is not going to work. It's not going to be effective. It has to be your own personal flashcard. That is one mistake you have to really avoid. Second mistake you have to avoid is just writing and keeping it aside and not revising or not following the revision strategy. So that's two important things that you have to remember that you cannot commit. We will talk about the revision strategy towards the end. Next topic is why a flashcard. First of all, flashcard is an active recall technique. It is a very proven scientific technique which is set to yield more results than just rather revising your notes. Second, importantly, flashcards are very handy in nature. So you can carry it to work, you can carry it to your hospital, you can carry it to college, especially interns who are trying to prepare for their competitive examination. They can always check one patient, come back, remove one flashcard. Okay, I remember this. You try to recall the information, you're done with one topic. So if you're carrying 5 flashcards a day with yourself to college, you're done with 5 potential questions. And you compound it towards the end of the month, that's 5 into 30, you're done with 150 potential question revisions in a month. That is the smart revision technique that you have to apply, right? So these are the importance of using a flashcard. Plus, they are alternative revision techniques, and the more alternative revision techniques you have, the lesser you're going to get bored and the more reinforcing it's going to be in your mind. Having said all this about what is a flashcard, how to make a flashcard, why it is important, what mistakes you should avoid, so let us see how to build this very important revision strategy. So basically I will have 3 boxes, the box A, B and C. The box A is the box which will have the unrevised flashcards or the new flashcards that I'll keep putting in, and the box B will be the recalled box, and box C will be the unrecalled box. So what I will do from the strategy is that I will try to revise at least 5 flashcards in a day, so that by compounding towards the end of the month I have 150 potential questions revised. So I will pick up a card from box A, and whatever the topic is, either I will try to recall it mentally, verbally, or by writing it down, and I will cross check the answer. If the answer is right, I will put it in box B, which is recalled right, and I will, if the answer is wrong, and if there's some difficulty that I am having in recalling the answer, or if I'm not very confident, I'll put it in box C, which is the unrecalled or difficult questions. And in some extra time that I have, I will take it out and I will try to redo all the flashcards in the box C, and when I get the answers right, I will put back in box B, which is the recall box. And once all my flashcards in box A are over, I will go ahead and repeat the whole cycle. So by doing this repeatedly over a period of time and spacing out the revision, spacing out revision is another very interesting and very important technique of revision. I will link it here, spoken in detail about it, and also there is a strategy. You can go ahead and watch the whole video there. So by doing this, you are compounding to about 150 revisions every month, 150 potential topics every month, which is a very significant approach to have, and it's a constant reinforcement in your mind. So this is how this flashcard revision strategy helps, and this is how you can utilize it for yourself, and this is how I utilize it for myself. And you can bring about significant compounding effects and results from this kind of a strategy. So I hope that you found this video very helpful, and if you did like, please leave a comment in the comment section so that I understand that these kind of videos are helpful for you. And if you have any other questions or queries or need any guidance, please leave them in the comment, or you can always contact me on my Instagram page, DM me there. And all the best for your examinations. I hope you have a good day, and thank you for watching the video.